Formulating a plan. Even after recovering enough to walk on her own, Nightingale was still pale and slow to move. She followed them back to the cave entrance, more out of rote than any recognition of where they were going. The rain had died down. The storm was finally blowing up the coast. It was barely a drizzle now, and a few stray rays of moonlight were finding their way through the clouds. Stupid, stupid! Patrick had a little fire going just inside the cave. He was complaining and seemed to waver between anger and misery at Aisling's death. I still don't understand why she couldn't listen to reason. Patrick was on his anger swing at the moment. What is done, Remy said. Her patience for his compassion for Aisling was running short. Let's try and focus on the problems we still need to solve. Remy pulled Zeke's spare jacket close against the chill of the cave. It was better than the shredded scraps she'd been dragged out in. It wasn't wing-friendly, so she wore it backwards to cover herself. At least it was far too big for her. It looked like it could almost be a dress. Those papers I found detail what we need to know about Theodosian. Yeah, Zeke muttered. He'd been looking through the papers for the last 20 minutes. Looks like that informant found what we needed after all. Good thing, too. Zeke glanced over towards Nightingale. She didn't notice. Nightingale was barely even awake, hunched beside the fire and leaning on Rook with a distant stare. Yeah? Rook sounded like he wanted to get up and look, but Nightingale was currently using him for support, preventing him from moving anywhere. What does it say? Zeke thumbed through a couple of pages before speaking up. Says that there's a Theodosian user traveling with a cult here in Alinea. Something called the Anointed? In either case, it says the mage was last seen in Hyde and caused some kind of trouble there recently. Hyde? Rook was trying to contain his excitement. That's nearby. Maybe a couple of days' walk is all. We should probably leave Romstead tonight. Maybe make a quick trip back to Patrick's for our camping gear. Not quite, Remy sighed, looking out over the ocean. Look, I know my dad's crooked, but I should at least say goodbye. Plus, Grace is going to want to know what happened. Rook cocked an eyebrow. What if she tries to lock us up again? She won't, Patrick said. Her motives were selfish. She was worried about what Aisling might have done. She's dead now. Patrick turned back towards the fire and paused before speaking again. She'll probably be happy.